Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I want to do a quick review of a notebook. This is a notebook from Christoph. It's known as their Firma-Flex notebook. I love reviewing notebooks and paper and seeing how they perform and all of that. So I thought I wanted to show this one because I think this is a particularly good one. Now, Christoph are particularly well known for their range of pens, and they are incredible pens. They're beautifully made. They have good well-tuned nibs put on them. All of that. They also make really nice inks, but they do have a range of really good paper products, including these Firma-Flex notebooks, which come in three sizes: the A6, the A5, which is what I have here, and the A4. Now the just for in terms of the sake of the exercise here, the A5 is 6 by 1/8 inches or 8 3/8 inches tall. So standard sort of A5 size. In centimeters, that is 156 by just over 21 centimeters. So it's a good size notebook. It's A5, as I said, and you know, sort of same sort of size roughly as the Rodeo Web notebook and the Leuchtturm A5 as well. So this has some particularly nice features. Now I got this because I've been using it for the last couple of weeks because I'm doing a project that's going to be lasting for a couple of months, or actually about 14 months, and I wanted something that was going to last and stand up to being carried around, and this has a couple of features that help with that, and also it has a couple of features that are really sort of solid that I think make this book really a very good option. So where I want to start with this notebook is the price. This book costs $14.50 American. That is ridiculous. It's such a great price. It has 90 GSM paper from sugarcane. It's pH neutral and acid free and all that, so it's going to last. It's I think it's about 96 pages or 96 sheets, 192 pages. So you know, you're getting a fair bit of paper. As a sugarcane, it performs really, really well, and yeah, so, and this, as I said, there's some nice features on this that make it sort of a really lovely option. Let's start with a couple of the external features firstly. So, as you can see on the front there, it's got a Celtic knot with the 4 diamonds. I'll show that there, which is the Christoph logo. And you've got the 4 diamonds and the Christoph logo again there on the back. You can see that it's got beveled corners, which is a feature of Christoph products. I know the pen cases have beveled corners on the edges. Even the pens, if you look at the cap of a lot of them and the finial, a lot of them have this sort of 45-degree corner, which I think is a really nice little feature across multiple items. It's a nice sort of sturdy cover, and nicely bound. It's flexible but firm, a Firma-Flex, and you know, it's got all the typical features like a nice little ribbon bookmark there and all of that sort of thing. Now the paper comes in multiple rules. I have it here in the dot grid. You can see that at the top of the page is marked with a slightly darker dot and then a bigger dot, and then the rest of the dots are sort of standard size. You can also get this in graph, blank, or lined, and as you can see here, there's some stitching across the outside of the cover and everything. On this, it's purple. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up just that it's purple there, but trust me, that's purple. And the different rulings of the book do have different color stitching. So I think there's a green one and a gray one and stuff like that, depending on what ruling you get. This book is designed to lay flat, and it does lay flat fairly easily. You know, like with just a little bit of pressure just to sort of open up the stitching, it lies perfectly flat, which means that you can write on both sides without any worry. It's going to stay nice and sort of firm and shut. It's a really nice book. There's no pocket or elastic around the front and anything like that, like a lot of the other books have, but it is a strong, sturdy, and because it's beveled edges, you're not going to get damaged as easily and all those sorts of things. So really, really, really nice. So let's talk about the paper. As I said, it's sugarcane paper, so it's pH neutral and archive acid free and all that sort of stuff. I've done some tests here in the back, so let's have a quick look at them. So I've done, with different inks and different pens, I've done quite a lot of tests, as you can see here. So let's start at the top. So with Aurora Black there in a Pilot Metropolitan Fine, then Australian Shiraz in a Franklin Christoph pen with a broad nib, some Morden Pond, as you can see, with some, the sheen is just, that ink sheens like a machine anyway, but as you can see, other inks sheen on this paper as well. You can see there, as does the Serenity Blue. So yeah, Pilot Serenity Blue and a Pilot sort of Waterman Serenity Blue in a Pilot parallel pen. Some more Franklin Christophs, then things like Sharpie markers and fine liners, Muji pens, a brush pen, some highlighters, a little bit of a water test just to see, and that ink sort of tended to sort of stick around, which was quite nice. You know, it's sort of got, it performs really well. The Blackwing pencil there rubs out almost perfectly. There's not really a lot else you can ask for. Now if we look at the reverse of the page, that's pretty remarkable. Like, you get a little bit of sort of the, that's Noodler's Bay State Blue coming through a little bit there, but not much. And a little bit from the Sharpie marker. But seeing as though what I put the paper through, because these flex pens and everything, it's quite remarkable. And there's not even a lot of ghosting. Like, the Waterman Serenity Blue's there from the Pilot Parallel, and that doesn't come through. So what I thought I'd quickly do is firstly show one little feature about this paper, or one thing about this paper, is that it is not perfectly white. There's a sort of a slightly pinky lavender sort of tinge to the paper. So what I have here is firstly a white paper. Now, this is the paper from Clairefontaine. This is the 90 GSM paper. You can see here it's a slightly sort of pinky sort of colour. So it's not quite perfectly white. I don't mind that. I think it's actually quite nice. As you can see, the inks all still look great on it. Highlighter comes up really well, all of that. Here it is in comparison to what I think is probably its biggest competitor in a lot of ways, which is the Rhodia Web Notebook, which is ivory paper or cream paper. So you can see that it's not going to be too much of an issue to, you know, it's a lot whiter, but there's just a slight tinge to it there. Now what I'm going to do is just quickly do a writing sample in this, and I'm going to do a writing sample on some Rhodia paper, which is the sort of the gold standard, if you will, and we can see just how the papers actually perform in comparison. I'll show them in a very close up. So what we have here is, I'll just write that this is a Franklin Christoph A5 Firma-Flex notebook or journal, and this pen is a TWSBI VAC 700R with a Bock titanium nib. It's a medium. And the ink here is Diamine 1864 blue black. And then I'm just going to lay down a patch there. And now I'll repeat that here on, I've just got like a Rhodia dot pad. So we go Rhodia dot pad. And it's a TWSBI VAC 700R. I won't write the nib information, you can already see that there. And Diamine 1864 blue black. Funnily enough, this pen's skipping a bit. And yeah, just some little cross hatches, some swirlies, and then so straight up, you can see that the paper performs pretty well on this Franklin Christoph notebook. We're not getting any feathering or too much spread or anything. The colour might be a little bit sort of absorbed into the paper, so you're not getting a whole lot of shading or anything like that. But once again, sort of nothing comes through on the back, as you would expect also from the Rhodia. But what the point of this is to show, which I'll show over this, is a close-up of the two different papers. So first the Franklin Christoph, showing how the ink responds in the paper, and nice sort of close-up photo, and then of course the same here with the Rhodia. So I think the paper performs pretty well. I think it's durable paper, it's fountain pen friendly, certainly, and as you could see from the writing tests, it really does sort of deal well with multiple different sorts of ink and pens. There's a huge range here, and I'll show another close-up sort of this page so you can just see how each sort of different pen and ink responds, because you're getting some nice shading, you're getting a lot of sheen. It's really quite nice, and good paper to write on. And yeah, as I said, I've been using this book. I've closed off the pages I've been using this for a couple of weeks, and it's been carried around in my bag, and you can see there's very little sort of wear and tear, and I'm not gentle on these, but this is standing up to it. Like, it's really quite a good book, and as I said, it lays flat. So there's a lot to like about these books, and especially at this price point, I think they're a really good option. So if you're interested in something for bullet journaling or journaling in general, like I think the A4 version, the bigger version, would make a great sort of journal. So these are really good books, and at this price point, as I said, I don't think you can complain, especially with such nice paper, and the presentation is beautiful as well. So this was a Franklin Christoph Firma-Flex A5 notebook. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications button if you want to stay up to date with the videos I produce. Please feel free to get in touch using any of the platforms listed below. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at @the_offstage_me. And you can email me here, or comment on any of my videos, or email me, or drop me a message on any of those social media platforms. If you've got products do you think I should be looking at, get in touch, or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel, get in touch and let's see what we can do. In the meantime, enjoy your pens and your paper, and I'll talk to you later.